Why is it that so many men are mummy's boys? It's not a joke. Why are they so many men that they don't even know the basics about when they're in the Muslim home, that they have to be a companion with their wife. They haven't even got that basic rahm, that my wife, who's just given birth, is still cooking dinner for me. I expect the dinner to be on the table. Where's the rahm? Where's that basic sense of decency? The Prophet ﷺ, when he was to come into his own home, Aisha, she relates that he would find what the chores were that were required to be done and he would do them. He's a self-reliant man, alayhi salatu wasalam. He wants to do things for himself. He doesn't want to... and even, you know, the Lajna ulama in Saudi Arabia is, you know, one of the most conservative Muslim countries you'll get. You know, the ulama, they sat down and they addressed the question. The question was, is a Muslim woman required to do the household chores for her husband? And they sat down and they deliberated and they analysed the situation and they came up with a clear consensus that the Muslim woman is not required to do any household chores, cooking, cleaning, etc., for her husband. It is his responsibility to do it. She just has to look after herself and her children. That's the Sharia, that's what it teaches. And the brothers immediately, they start looking down, they're saying, oh, hopes are dashed. But you know what? Do you know what? In a relationship where there is give and take, and there's rahm, and there's real love and mercy between two people, you know, two people will do anything for each other. Because the foundation has been established. A good wife will do, you know, and this is the amazing thing that I've come to learn about women in general, and the Muslim woman in particular, that the woman who you treat, we build that foundation based upon love, mercy, justice, fairness, and these qualities I'm going to come on to. That woman will do anything for her husband. That's how amazing that situation is. But you've got to create that foundation. So coming back onto it, why do we have a situation where where we have so many mummy's boys in our community, and they have all their lives, their sisters, their aunties, their mother has done everything for them, and then they come into a Muslim marriage, okay, and they expect the same thing to take place, and obviously it's not going to happen, and then suddenly it doesn't happen because there's a cultural conflict or a different socialization process. You know, the brothers want that perfect wife. She doesn't exist anywhere. And likewise, the sisters always say, they want that man who's got a good job, nice house. He's going to provide for a lovely materialist. They're going to have that, you know, the perfect house, all the kitchen and everything, the way that they want it. Drives a nice car. He's fit. He's buff. He's got the six-pack. He's got the six-pack. Okay. He's also a scholar and an alim as well. Because you know what she says, and she'll say, why can't you be more like the Sheikh so-and-so as well? And so she's always, this guy doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. If he did, I always say, I'll marry him. He doesn't. So we've got false expectations. We've got a false and distorted expectation. Then add to it the other cultural dimension. The fact that many of us come from cultures and still have that cultural conflict, which has really confused us in terms of what it really means to act as a Muslim, based upon the way that the Prophet ﷺ has done. Brothers and sisters, what is the purpose of Muslim marriage? And I want to begin with this very important verse. وَالْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. And this really sets the premise, or sets the context for us. Men and women, they are awliya of one another. They are helpers, friends, protectors of one another. They enjoy what is good, forbid what is evil, perform the prayers, give the zakat, obey Allah and His Messenger, and Allah will bestow His mercy, and I'm sure Allah is almighty and all wise. So men and women, Allah Ta'ala, He created them to perfectly complement each other. The term zawaj in itself, it means pairing. Men and women, both of them, have different qualities, different aspects to themselves. And when they come together, and when you come together with the one who Allah Ta'ala has chosen for you as your mate, as your partner in life, and that's the right person, you have chosen for the right reasons, then you are completed yourself. You are now complete as a person, as you perfect each other. Muslim marriage in itself is worship. The whole purpose of Muslim marriage is to earn paradise, to get the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at this dua. رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّتَنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. And the term zawaj doesn't just mean wife. The term zawaj, it means the pairing of two people. So it means man and woman. And it should be, for an Islamic environment, it should be that when we see our husband or our wife, قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ, our eyes are just so satisfied in seeing them. And the heart, as a result of that, is completely at ease and tranquil as well. Why is the heart so satisfied? Because the heart sees a person who worships Allah first and foremost, who loves Allah first and foremost, whose attitude, his character, whose behavior, everything is according to what pleases Allah, trying to follow the example of the best Rasulullah. And when you see that and you aspire to that yourself, your eyes are nothing but overflowing in satisfaction. Likewise with regards to your children who come from a foundation like this. Also, he said, half your religion is completed with marriage. Half your religion completed with marriage, subhanAllah. That's the significance. Why? Because you now have a companion in life to share all your troubles with, your woes with, to be the one who gives you that cooperation and support in everything that you're doing in life and helps you actively to earn paradise, to deal with all the challenges of life. And again, when you look at the relationship between the Prophet ﷺ and Khadija, you see all of that exemplified as well. So we are meant to perfectly complement each other. Allah Ta'ala created the man, and from him, وَمَنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا. He created his partner. So Adam alayhi salam, when he created him, he created from him Hawa, his partner. And she was created from the rib of Adam. Feminists, they think this is somehow very insulting. They're great from the rib, but subhanAllah, this goes to, again, a very distorted kind of programming that unfortunately has come into the mindset as well. She came from the side of Adam. To me, when I reflect upon it, it's not as a hukum sharia, but when you reflect upon the tafsir, she came from the side of Adam alayhi salam. She's come from him. And it's symbolic that she's come from the side, because really, again, the Islamic model that we have is that men and women are not separate from each other. It's not 10 steps in front of the man and the woman behind. The seerah, or the way of the Prophet shows us that men and women are side by side, husband and wife with each other, to deal with every single challenge that they are going to have in their life. Everything. Through the whole of the human experience, side by side with her. And so when you see in your wife, you and your wife are also mirrors of one another. Brothers, when they complain about their wives, they say, my wife's like this, my wife's like that. Do you know what I say to them? I say, well brother, this is your bad qualities that are just reflecting back at you. Because she is created from you. You are both there to perfectly complement each other. And so you see that more than any other relationship, you are mirrors of one another as well. So that symbolism and that kind of aspect of Islam is so significant for us. We are garments for one another, we are protectors of one another, we perfectly complement one another. We are the ultimate partnership, you could always say. So the Prophet ﷺ, again, he came to Khadija. She's the first to embrace Islam. And then if we also look at the rest of the Ummah Mu'mineen as well, they provided that, the ability to provide the support for the leader of humanity, subhanAllah. Open consultation. One of the most important things. Communication is a critical thing. If you look at the whole of the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, and likewise it's reflected in the Sahaba, the Prophet ﷺ, in the most important decisions of the whole of the seerah, he consulted with his wives. He recognized his wives were crucial in terms of getting advice for them to make those decisions. And the first of those most critical events is that when he received the wahi, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, he went to Khadija. Didn't go to any other scholar or any of his companions. Didn't go to Abu Bakr, his close friend, or anybody else. He went, or to Abu Talib. He went to his wife Khadija, his beloved. And he took her advice, and she gave him solace and comfort. And it goes through the whole seerah that he never excluded his wives from consultation on the most important issues. The marriage in itself is ibadah. You are rewarded for the time that you spend with your wife. Brothers, you are rewarded every time you take a morsel of food and you put it into the mouth of your wife. Okay? You are rewarded every time that you do that for your generosity and your kindness and your softness towards her. And she's rewarded every time that she reciprocates by cooking and cleaning and caring for you as well. Even the conjugal act between the husband and the wife. The Prophet ﷺ, no other religion. Even that act between the husband and the wife is ibadah. And the Sahaba, when they heard of this, they said, how? Amazing. Are you saying that when we are enjoying our wives, we are getting rewarded by Allah? And the Prophet ﷺ said, yes. Because you are doing something in the halal way, and you are abstaining from doing it in the haram way. So look at the balance of Islam as well. Marriage is the highly recommended sunnah. The Prophet said, وَتَزَوَّجَ النِّسَاءَ فَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. Marriage is my sunnah. Celibacy is not from our religion. So being a monk and thinking that you can do without, or a nun and thinking you can do without, this is completely unnatural. Our deen is deen al-fitra, the way which is in accordance with our natural inclination.
ومن آياته أن خلقكم من تراب ثم إذا أنتم بشر تنتشرون ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون